Hi everybody, this is Black Lion. Right, what do we have today? Now this is another one. I just want to discuss what I have in my mind right now. You see, I have a couple of people asking me from all over, by the way. Some of them are from Africa, some of them are from Asia, and then the others are friends all over the world, and they keep asking me, hey, you're in Dubai there. What if I wanted to start a business? I want to start a business. I want to open up a business in Dubai. What do I need to do? So my advice is always the same today. It's always the same to them. So today I decided to, okay, yeah, why not? How about share a couple of things that you have to do just in case you want to open up a business in Dubai. And these are basing on a marketing aspect. It's basing on a marketing perspective. Basically, I'm sharing this. These are principles that may work for you, but they always work if you apply them. And so I'll tell you a couple of them. My explanation today is basically looking at it in the form of assessing the marketing environment. Now, this is very critical because so many businesses, people, have good plans to open businesses. They do everything else. I mean, they ask about only one section. How is the law over there? I mean, how is the business? Is there a market for my product? Will I sell? Will I get this return on investment? Will I do this? Now they look at it in a way that is not really structured. So I want to share with you a couple of things that you can structure when you want to open up your business, and it involves assessing the marketing environment in the right way. Yeah, some people go and pay consultants and say, you're gonna do for me research, and when they do, they give you a bunch of documents, and you're hit with a stack of papers, and you say, yeah, this is my this is my report, this is my research, and this is my data. And so you read it, and when you're satisfied, you pay me my money, and then you go open up your business. But anyhow, this is a freedom channel for sharing ideas, and I have these ideas to share with you because, one, if you want to open up a business in Dubai, you have to look at it in the perspective of assessing the marketing environment. Now, how do you assess the marketing environment? You can do it by yourself, by the way. I want to tell you that you get up, when you want to assess the marketing environment, you have to look at it in two, not four, not three, in two major categories. You have to look at it in form of assessing the macro environment and then assessing the micro environment. What do I mean by those two things? One of them is very critical and applies to every single business in the world, not only in Dubai, in the world. And that's the macro. You have to look at the macro environment and understand it and break it down and position your business in terms of the macro. What do I mean by macro, first of all? Now I'm saying you have different factors within the macro environment. One, political. Political is one. Two is the legal. Three is the economy. Four is the social. Five is the technology. Six is the trend, and seven, many all the other ways. But if you consider these six, first of all, it can put you in a good position to know whether you can open your business or you cannot open your business. So if I say, for example, technology, you look at the technology platform in the market you're going into. Example, Dubai. Dubai's technology field is way up there. There is the Museum of the Future. They're always constantly innovating new ways and new strategies of improving processes and systems within. And every time it's done in a way that it benefits and provides the service to all the businesses that are being opened. Now look at the factors that you can benefit from technology. One of them is smoothness in processes. The others would be ease at which you can access your supplies, especially in terms of imports, ease at which you can export, ease at which you can access information, ease at which you can disseminate information to your target group. So technology will play a fair role on your side. Does Dubai have it? Yes, it does. You can Google it and you can see that. Now on that part, that's handled. What about economy? Talk about the GDP in Dubai, and that's the economy. The GDP is attractive in a way that, I read somewhere in Khalij Times, this is one of the newspapers in the region, the media houses, some of the top-notch media houses in Dubai. Now, I read that in 2020, only 2020, okay, the GDP was close to 354 billion US dollars. And that's it, and that's significant. And it's actually believed that in 3 years, it's gonna bounce back even to be more. So there is a cake for everybody to tap, especially those who want to open businesses. So the economy puts you on a tick. And then you look at the other social factors. How is the social factor within the UAE? I mean, in my other videos, I was speaking about why Dubai, and this came up one of them. Because look, it welcomes everybody. There's all cultures here. So socially, people can integrate, people can share ideas, and people can diversify. And so then you have market for your business you want to open up. And look at political. The political atmosphere in the UAE, say in most of the GCC countries, is so stable. It's so stable. It's so stable. I don't have to say anything about this. So I'm not going to say anything about it. So it's stable politically. Okay? So if you look at the legal factors, legally, businesses can be represented, businesses can represent themselves, and legally, almost everything in the system is streamlined. Another on the macro is the population. These are the demographics of the economy, of the market that you're coming into. Like, I mean, there's a lot of people who can consume your product. The population is there. You can check your research. The population is there, so you're assured of consumers for your product. Only thing you need to do is to arrange yourself and how you're going to promote, or how you're going to target them, or how you're going to deliver your service to them. But there is a ready population, ready to consume and ready to take in your product. I'm looking at this because you might be wondering and asking yourself, I mean, can I just find this information anywhere? Yeah, you can, but how do you structure it in order for you to benefit your business or your idea that you want to open up? You look at it in that regard. But all of this, look at it while saying, will I benefit from this with that product that I want to bring in the UAE? And then you look at it in terms of imports and exports as well. How is the system in terms of shipping in and out of Dubai? How streamlined in this is it? So all these will provide you a clear picture of the macro factors that will enable you to decide. Eventually you can decide, okay, right, if I look at some of those, then I believe I can try that. Secondly, the batch of factors that I wanted to share with you would be the micro now. The micro, these are the things that you can control. Remember, the macro, you don't have control over these things. You can't control macro. I mean, you can't control political. You can't control media. You can't control the economy. That's not in your regard. You can't. But only thing you can do is you can see how it is and how it can benefit your business if you're to start. Now let's go into the factors that you can control. You can control things to do with your organization or the company that you're trying to open up. You can control your budget. You can control your investment amount that you want to bring in and to start with. No matter the amount, even if it's a small shop, or if it's a large company, or if it's part of a multinational company, you can control these factors. Start by looking at your investments. How much do you want to invest? And you pretty much lay it down there. Look at your equipment, technology equipment. Do I have enough technology equipment to cope with the current trends in the market? Will I be able to hire the staff that I need? Does the market have the staff that I need? Or I will be able to have all that skill by myself when I come there. Look at things to do with your processes. How am I going to make my processes smooth enough to be able to serve my customers? See, all this will have to be looking at it by yourself. And how trained are the staff that I'm going to hire? How capable are they in order to run the business that I'm going to start? Look at all that. Look at the product itself. Do an assessment of your product against all the other products in the market. Even way before you start your business, even way before you start. Say I want to start a business selling, so I won't give an example. You know the businesses you want to start. You look at it. Simple Google search and say, who are the people selling these products? And then you check, all right, these are businesses registered. Google will lay them down on you. There's nothing, like I mentioned before, technologies of the future now. Everything you can find by yourself. You just list up the products on Google, lay down there, and then you will see all the businesses that are lined up there. And you say, okay, so this is where I'm going to be. These are the players that I'm going to join. And then you look at that. How do they position themselves? All these are factors that you can control. Okay? So all this becomes very clear to you the more you continue digging more into the internal factors that are micro to you. Look at your legal self. Do I have a legal team that can help me manage the business? Do I have capable managers? That would be yourself. So all these things you'll be looking at. Look at the suppliers. Who are going to be my suppliers? Am I going to get them from within the market here? Or I'm going to get them from out? Are my goods going to be coming from out? Or I'm going to be a manufacturer, I'm going to get my suppliers from here? You see? You can determine. These are things that you yourself can control. You can control who will supply you your goods or your raw materials. You can control that. Okay? Look at your team, for example. How energized are your team? You can motivate your team. We're talking about the people that are working for you or are going to be working for you. It doesn't matter if there's 2 people going to work for you or there's hundreds of people going to work for you. Okay? This is things that you can control. Take another look. Your competition. Okay? Who are your competitors? You can control. How you choose to compete with your competitors. Either by lowering your price for a minute while you enter in, or by raising your price and assume that this is a super product and then raise the clout behind it when it comes to promoting yourself to make the consumer understand value for your product. All this is what you can control. Okay? Look at the people around you. And then my most exciting one is branding. So look at yourself in terms of your brand. Your brand. How are you going to promote your brand? How are you going to position your brand? Okay? By brand, I mean your identity. If it's a toothbrush, for example. Why am I saying toothbrush? Alright. If it's your brand, how are you going to position your brand? Your culture, the organization, differentiators of your brand against the others in the market. Again, these are factors that you can control. So you can look at them and list them. And at the end of the day, you have your 2 things that you've covered. You've covered your macro environment, okay, which is one. You have covered your micro environment, which is the second one. And after that, I can assure you, you'll be closer and closer to making that decision. And then you'll be able to call or hire a company or go to this. There's so many companies that help people open businesses. That will be up to you. But I'm just sharing from a passionate perspective. I have a lot of ideas that I can share. So I feel it's nice that I share this, and I hope you get something and learn from it. And I hope it helps if you're trying to make a decision. And if you're new to my channel, I would appreciate that like on the bottom if you really like the content. Or you can subscribe and help me make more videos. Right. So thank you for listening in and watching my analysis. If you like it, please subscribe on the bottom, because I get more energized when I see that. Alright, thank you for being a good crowd. Cheers and bye for now.